What's up, Browns family? Did you feel that impact? The ground shook in Cleveland when we heard that Nick Chubb, the heartbeat of our offense for years, signed with the Houston Texans on June 9, 2025. That hurt, Dog Pound. But hold on to your emotions because a new star is rising on the horizon. Quinshon Judkins, the explosive running back from Ohio State, is ready to take over the backfield and write a new chapter for the Browns. Ready for this game changer? Let's dive into this new era and see how Judkins is lighting the fire of hope in Cleveland. So, Dog Pound, are you ready to cheer for this kid? Let's start with the elephant in the room, Brown's family. Nick Chubb is no longer a Brown, after 7 seasons being the soul of our offense. Running with the force of a tractor and the determination of a warrior, he became a free agent in March 2025 and signed with the Houston Texans on June 9th. Hard to swallow, right? Chubb was more than a player. He was the face of Cleveland's resilience, a guy who battled devastating injuries like that knee injury in 2023 and the broken foot in 2024, but always came back stronger. He rushed for 6,511 career yards with the Browns, had 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, and earned an eternal spot in the fans' hearts. But that's how the game goes. Sometimes, to move forward, you have to let idols go. So, Dog Pound, how are you dealing with this farewell? Drop a comment because I know it's not easy for anyone. Now hold tight because the future is knocking, and his name is Quinshon Judkins. Drafted in the 2nd round, 36th overall in the 2025 draft, this 21-year-old came straight from Ohio State with a resume that makes any fan drool. Want to know what he did in college? 3,185 rushing yards and 45 touchdowns in 3 seasons. That's right. This guy's a machine at finding holes in the defense and exploding into the end zone. And it doesn't stop there. He was a key player in the Buckeyes' national championship win in January 2025, scoring 3 touchdowns in the final against Notre Dame. Is he not exactly the guy to shake the Huntington Bank field? Judkins isn't just brute force, Brown's family, he's a complete running back. GM Andrew Berry described him as a bell cow, the kind of guy who carries the offense on his back, running between the tackles, dodging defenders, or even breaking tackles with his 5'11", 220-pound frame. He runs through you, around you, or over you, said Berry. And the best part? He's shown he can catch the ball too, with 22 receptions last college season. That's versatility, Dog Pound. Imagine him in the flat, fooling the defense and sprinting 80 yards for a touchdown. Who's feeling the hype? But wait, it gets even better. The Browns didn't stop at Judkins. In the 4th round, they drafted Dylan Sampson, another beast in the running game from Tennessee. Know what he did in the SEC? Led the conference in rushing last season with 1,191 yards and 22 touchdowns. Sampson is a bit smaller than Judkins, standing 5'8" and weighing 198 pounds, but he's a tank in short yardage situations, perfect for those red zone plays where every yard counts. He's the kind of player who never gives up, breaks tackles, and keeps pushing forward. Together, Judkins and Sampson form a duo that promises to be a nightmare for opposing defenses. While Judkins is the guy for explosive plays, Sampson brings the raw power to grind out tough yards and punch it in. Coach Kevin Stefanski's got a huge grin because this duo gives him endless playbook options. Imagine a play action with Judkins flying outside and Sampson smashing up the middle. Touchdown after touchdown, Brown's family. Let's talk numbers because they don't lie. Last season, the Browns' rushing attack was a shadow of its former self, finishing 29th in the league with a pitiful 94.6 yards per game. That's unacceptable for a team with a tradition of running the ball like the Browns. Even returning from injury in 2024, Chubb couldn't regain his elite form, rushing for just 332 yards on 102 carries, averaging 3.3 yards per attempt. The 2023 knee injury and broken foot at the end of 2024 took their toll, and the team needed fresh blood. Now with Judkins and Sampson, the game changes. Judkins is already being talked about as a top 10 NFL running back for 2025, with projections over 1,000 yards this season, according to analysts. He's the guy who can turn the Browns' offense back into a powerhouse, especially with Stefanski betting on a run-heavy scheme. And there's more. The offensive line is coming back strong, with guys like Lucas Jenkins and DeJuan Jones providing protection and opening holes. Come on, Dog Pound, you can smell the playoffs just thinking about this offense in action. We can't talk about Judkins without acknowledging the pressure of succeeding Nick Chubb. He was more than a player, he was a symbol of Cleveland grit. But Judkins isn't here to imitate Chubb. He wants to build his own legacy. "I want to start my own legacy," he said in interviews. And this kid is hungry. He's already shown in minicamps and practices that he's focused on learning the playbook and refining his game. Running backs coach Deuce Staley is pushing him hard, and Judkins is responding with vision, power, and explosiveness. And there's more. The backfield competition is fierce. Jerome Ford, who took a pay cut to stay in 2025, is still in the mix, but Judkins is the favorite to lead the group. Sampson will likely carve out a role, probably in third down or goal line situations. This rotation will keep legs fresh and the offense unpredictable. What do you think, Browns family? Who's going to be the RB1 on the first snap of the season? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This backfield shakeup isn't just about replacing Chubb, it's about reinvention. The Browns are looking ahead, and Judkins and Sampson represent that new energy. They bring youth, versatility, and a winner's mindset. Judkins, with his national championship, knows what it takes to win. "I know what winning is, and I'm going to bring that mentality to Cleveland," he said. That's music to the fans' ears, right? The 2025 season is coming, and with it, a chance to see these young guys turn the Browns' offense into a dominant force. But it's not just about numbers. It's about spirit. Judkins and Sampson are stepping into a locker room that breathes competition, and they know they carry the hopes of a city that lives and dies with the Browns. Every run, every yard, every touchdown will be for you, Dog Pound. It's a new era, and these guys are ready to make the stadium explode. What's up, Browns family? If you're a true Dog Pound, the kind that screams until you lose your voice and lives every yard with your heart in your throat, then hit subscribe right now. Don't miss a single video because the 2025 season is going to be insane, and we'll be here covering every play, every touchdown, and every moment that's going to make Cleveland shake. Hit that button, ring the bell, and come along for the ride. And don't forget to share with your Browns family friends so everyone gets hyped. Look, Dog Pound, I'll be honest, saying goodbye to Nick Chubb felt like losing a piece of the Browns' soul. But Judkins, he's got something special. The energy, the vision, the explosiveness. He reminds me of the 2018 Chubb, back when nobody knew how big he'd become. And with Sampson by his side, this backfield is poised to strike fear into opponents. The question is, will Judkins take over as the RB1 in Week 1, or will Stefanski rotate the squad to test chemistry? I want to know what you think, so drop a smart comment down below. So, Browns family, what would you do if you were Stefanski? Would you bet everything on Judkins right away or give him some time to prove himself? And how are you dealing with Chubb's departure? Comment below because Dog Pound is family and we want to hear from you. Like, share with your friends, and get ready. The 2025 season is coming full throttle. Until the next video, let's go, Browns.